there's this amazing capacity we have to understand an unlimited number of senses. And what's crucial about that cognitive capacity is that it's not machine-like. It's not like taking huge amounts of data and then just generating small numbers of predictions, which is what the machines are doing. It's actually an inversion of that. Small amounts of data. I mean, this is what's so elegant about it. We couldn't do the big data. We just don't have the capacity. We do the small data, and what we generate aren't predictions, but something much more sophisticated, which is explanations. And this is what I was saying about like being in the space of reasons. We're responsive to reasons. Explanations are a much more sophisticated kind of thing. You know, the machine can just predict things, but to explain things is much harder. It's like to see how things connect to one another, to start to understand how things connect. That's one thing the machine just doesn't have. And that's what I mean by saying that the machine, I think, and that the whole analogy of the mind to a machine is really unhelpful, because it fails to take into account just what's so incredible about human cognition. I mean, it is completely different to all the other cognitive capacities in the animal world. I mean, there's nothing you can teach very clever chimps. You can teach them some words, but their word use is nothing like a child's word use. I mean, nothing at all. I mean, you teach them the word ball, but they'll just take it to mean that particular ball. You know, but a child for age 4 or 5 can, just by being around other language learners, its biological endowment means that it will just absorb a language, and it can then understand an unlimited number of sentences and make creative use with an unlimited use of sentences. You know, it can formulate new sentences it's never heard before, and so on. I mean, this is quite an incredible capacity that we have, and it's not a function of big data. It's not a machine-like capacity. It's something very special. And the big promise of AI, you know, you go back 20, 30 years, the big promise was to understand human cognition and then try to model that. And at some point we stopped doing that. I think that the idea was we just couldn't do it. And so now we've gone for the big data approach, which is like basically like a huge hammer, it seems to me, to the problem. Whereas before we were trying to sort of fine tune something sophisticated. Now we've got this big hammer, we just throw lots of data at it. And then we've got, and now we're trying to convince people that, well, that's what the brain is like, but it isn't like that. Our minds don't function like that. You know, a 5-year-old child can do really sophisticated things. It's not doing it because it's amassed big data. In fact, its input of data is actually quite slender, but it's got these capacities which are really quite phenomenal, which enables it to do these amazing and sophisticated things.